Everybody, welcome to the homestead. So what we're doing today, you see behind me, there's some trees. One of those trees is a mulberry tree. Actually, a couple of them are mulberry trees. And what we've got going on here are a number of cedar trees that have basically encroached upon this stack of mulberry trees. There's some persimmon trees in there as well. And I really want to make sure I save this mulberry tree. As you can see, it's being crowded out by these cedars here, and they're just growing up all around it. And my goal is to clear these cedar trees out, give this mulberry tree some breathing room, take out whatever other trees I see that could be choking off its nutrients from the ground, and just give it a wide berth to grow and prosper. There are already some signs of decay on this tree, and I'm hoping I can save it. I'm hoping that some of the branches that look like appear like they're maybe dying, I can either trim those off or prune the tree a little bit to save it and just save the majority of the tree. But I gotta get rid of these cedars. There have been other fruit trees on the property that we have rescued in this manner that are growing up amongst a bunch of cedars, and when we eliminate the cedars, the fruit of those trees grows in abundance. We did that last winter, and then the last spring and summer showed amazing growth on those fruit trees, and they produced a lot of yield. And so I want to make sure that I can free this thing. This is something I picked out in particular about a year ago once I discovered that it was here. And I'm like, you know what, this coming winter I'm going to go to work and I'm going to clear this out, and we're going to make some headway at saving this mulberry tree and some of the other mulberries that are around it and some of the persimmons that are around it, and just kind of give them the room to grow. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so we've gotten a lot cleared out here, and this tree can definitely breathe now. It's got some clearance. I mean, most of these other cedars here too are going to be taken out. We still have some clearing to do. There's another mulberry tree back here. I want to free that as well, so I'm going to have to clear out some of this. But for the most part, these cedar, I mean, this thing can breathe now, and I'm pretty happy and satisfied with it. And there's a few persimmons that I kept. There were a couple persimmons here that I took down that were just crowding around. I want to give some of these persimmons the ability to basically grow as well, but that's going to require, freeing them up with some of the cedars that are nearby. Each tree needs, some breathing room, and allow the nutrients of the ground so that it can grow. And so along with taking down some of these cedars, I've decided to take down some of the persimmons as well. Some of the ones that look a little more weak, or spindly, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, my main goal here is to free this mulberry tree and the one behind it. The big one, you can't really see it, but there's another big one back there. And so all these cedars eventually are going to be pulled out of here, and this gives us a lot more room to work with. And about where the camera is set up, we may put in a couple more fruit trees, here coming up soon. So we got some fruit trees on order that are going to be coming in, some apple trees and such. And so we may expand this a little bit, but each tree, needs its breathing room. And so we're going to go ahead and clear this out of here, and we'll check back with you when that's done. Okay, so there is the mulberry. We got the debris cleared out. It's looking really good, and we're going to keep working on this. and pull out these cedars over there. There's some cedars back there, and if you can see, if I can get in the shade here, back here there's another big mulberry tree, and I'm going to try to rescue that one as well. I'll get all the cedars cleared out from it. But yeah, there's a few cedars here I have to take out, and there's a big cedar here. This cedar is big enough to use to send to market. If you look on eBay, you can find amazingly beautiful red cedar fireplace mantles for $500 to $600 a piece, and you do just basically cut this down, and you would sand it down into like a 5-foot length piece and sell it as a fireplace mantle, and they go for $500 to $600 on eBay. And so we have a lot of marketable cedar here on the property that we're going to go ahead and at some point market and take to lumber mills, or either build a kiln probably on our own property and dry some of this wood and market it ourselves online. You can make some amazing products. Taxidermists love this kind of wood because of the beautiful red and purple colors on the inside. Now, the remains of what we cut down today are right here, and we'll use these for posts. They're too small to use for any market use, but they're great for post or fencing, and so we're using a lot of our cedar we have here on the property for that sort of thing, because it lasts an awful long time. And then we have some remains of the persimmons I took down to free up some of the other persimmons. So there's some persimmons back there that I want to free up and allow them to grow as well. So I thinned them out a little bit, and we'll use this for firewood. Makes a lot of good firewood. And so anyway, there's our mulberry, free at last, free at last. And so we saw some great fruit from this last year. I didn't get to harvest any, but this year it's going to be a lot easier to harvest from this tree and the tree behind it that I'll eventually get to. So anyway, all right, I hope you enjoyed the video. A lot of stuff to do on the homestead. There's always a project to go that we have to work on. So all right, we'll leave it at that. See you next time on the homestead. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button below the video. It really makes creating these videos worthwhile. If you want to make sure to never miss a new video, be sure to click the subscribe button. Now you can get your homesteading questions answered. Visit us at our contact page on anamericanhomestead.com and send us your questions. Maybe we'll pick your question for a future video or article on our website.